your simple syrup has reached a boil, you're going to go ahead and turn it down to low. From there, you are going to add your other ingredients, starting with your pumpkin puree. Adding in your sweetened condensed milk. Now, I personally decided to stir together the condensed milk and the pumpkin puree before I added the additional ingredients, just to make sure that it was thoroughly stirred together. Stir, 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 stir. From there, I'm going to be adding half a teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice to the mixture. And then we have a fourth a teaspoon of salt to the mixture as well. And we're going to stir all of those ingredients together once more. You're going to want to stir these together for a minute or two over low heat, keeping everything on the stove. Then go ahead and remove it from the heat and let the pumpkin sauce cool. I went ahead and stored it in a jar in my fridge. Worked best for me, so I was easily able to scoop some out into my coffee or some chais for extra flavor. Here's an example of a drink I made for my mom. She's not a big coffee drinker, but she really likes chais. So I made her a pumpkin spice iced chai. The amount you add to your beverage is going to depend on how sweet you like things. So there's no real rule. It's going to be to each person's personal preference on how you take your coffee or your tea. For me, at least, as you can see, it worked in both iced and hot drinks. Here's an example of mixing some into my morning coffee.